Let's see Sakura, who's laughing in the face of her angry opponent. On the other hand, So is flying with joy in anticipation of the upcoming battle in the chapter. Nieri, on the other hand, is shocked by So's strange behavior, muttering to himself that So seems pleased with something, wondering what. And Nieri tries to stop Sakura, preventing her from fighting, thinking it's wrong when she declared she wants to be at the top. But Nieri can't finish his sentence, noticing Sakura being attacked by the madman, delivering a lightning-fast punch, declaring it impossible for him to reach the top. Fortunately, Sakura avoids his attack and continues to laugh in his face. We know that the madman's name is Sogi, who gets very angry and attacks Sakura with a barrage of punches. Sakura manages to evade them and taunts him because he's very slowly, and revealing through So's words that Sogi used to visit the academy even when he was in middle school. He was the only person recognized by the entire academy due to his passion and talent, respected even by the school's top authority, to an extent of admiration bordering on madness. Sogi, the crazy guy, turns out to be formidable, unmatched in the country. Literally, if there were two of him, the country would be in ruins. Anyway, back to the battle. We see Sogi struggling to match our hero's prowess. At this moment, someone shouts at his friends, urging them to stop talking and show their strength to stop them. So, enjoying the battle, tells him he doesn't care. It's not his job to stop them. The guy argues that they can't stop them if they're not trained properly, or they'll end up crushed in the middle. Meanwhile, Sakura continues to skillfully evade attacks, but unfortunately, as Sakura steps back to avoid an attack, his foot catches on the ground, and he falls like a fool. The merciless Sogi, with no hint of mercy, launches a ferocious attack fueled by his anger, to the point that Nieri hides his eyes from the bloody scene. The remaining students prepare to call for medical assistance or to prepare themselves to mourn Sakura's death. But to everyone's surprise, Sakura disappears in front of Sogi in the blink of an eye, reappearing standing on his hands and feet, demonstrating his agility. He tells Sogi that his end has come, delivering a devastating low kick with all the force behind it. Everyone is shocked, expecting Sakura to lose and receive a fatal blow from Sogi. At that moment, Sakura and Sogi take 2 steps back. Sogi reaches the peak of his anger, his veins ready to burst, so Sakura tells him to calm down and not attack people without reason. We see Sakura's smile contrasting with Sogi's raging anger as both prepare for the second round of the battle. Nieri, the coward, tries to stop Sakura, but to no avail, as both of them are about to exchange deadly blows. But someone, a spoilsport, speaks loudly over the school's speakers, stopping them. So and Nieri focus, trying to figure out who this person is. The person continues speaking into the mic, unaware it's on, and after many attempts, thankfully realizes it's still open. When Sakura becomes annoyed by the situation and finds someone to blame for the fight with Sogi, the entire class cheers, and thanks to Hiragi, who speaks with them, they understand the mic was too loud. This person knows it's their first greeting to them at the school and wants to keep them excited. Sakura looks around, trying to understand what happened or who caused the sudden change. The person on the mic interrupts their fight, announcing themselves as the head of Bufurin Academy, named Omi. Sakura is surprised to realize the person speaking is the same person who tops the school's hierarchy. Sakura is filled with excitement, thinking of the strongest person in the school. But as you know, things don't always go smoothly. The school principal stutters on the microphone and can't speak. He apologizes to them for forgetting to tell them something important. At that moment, Sakura is shocked by the president, who wants to be like him. It turns out the guy is a total idiot, and may God protect him on his way home, safe and sound. He tells them that the important thing he wants to say is that they should live their lives and enjoy their youth. All the students are stunned by his lifetime shock. As for Sogi, he is deeply affected by the speech, and in 2 minutes, he will cry. President Omi continues his speech, saying they should create happy memories and achieve their dreams. Of course, Sakura tries to bear the useless speech, but it's useless, and he might get a stroke. He keeps urging them to travel and go to the sea. At this point, Sogo thinks to himself, "We're done. No one cares about your speech, President Omi," and he goes on. He suggests they all go on a trip to the sea together, get some ice cream, and have a blast. Neri, unable to comprehend what's happening, looks at Omi as if he's going to fulfill his childhood dreams. Luckily for him, Sogi hears him and grabs him angrily by the head, saying there's something he doesn't like about the leader's speech. Omi is the boss, and his speech carries weight. As soon as the president speaks again, Neri disappears from the scene. Then, the president tells them that it's clear someone has been hurt from the first day. Frankly, I didn't expect a fight like this on the first day. While the president tells them that he won't ask them to reconcile, it's best they don't fight in school. Sogi, tense, tries to wipe the blood off his face from the beating he received. Su says that although his blood is the one spilling in the end, he's the one who started the fight. Sakura keeps shouting, annoyed that the crazy Sogi attacked them first with chairs. But in the end, the president, who isn't listening to their conversation, sincerely asks them to protect their homeland and be like Windbreaker, as their mission is to protect the country, its inhabitants, and their happiness, everything they love. That's their mission. At that moment, everyone responds enthusiastically, and Sakura is surprised by how much impact he has on them, even though they don't see him in front of them. Then, the president closes the microphone, and all the students are impressed by President Omi. Sakura tries to understand why. As an outsider, he is so strong in combat, and because of his strange personality. His thoughts are interrupted by Su's sudden entry, asking Sogi and Sakura to reconcile with each other. He asks them to shake hands as a sign of reconciliation. As soon as Sakura and Sogi hear Su's speech, they both get upset, and Sakura starts shouting that Sogi, the crazy one, attacked him first and won't reconcile with him. But Neri ignores all their shouting and tells Sogi that his face is red like Sakura's. Then we see Sakura's face still red, but Neri has a bruise on his head. Su convinces Sakura that there's no need to hate each other just because he wants to be at the top, not more. Then Su goes to Sogi and tells him what he would do if President Omi heard that he hit his classmate in class. Most likely, the president would be very upset with him. At that moment, they both stand facing each other, and all the students are waiting for the awaited moment as they shake hands. Su is surprised when the crazy Sogi is the first to extend his hand to shake hands with Sakura. Even Sakura himself is surprised by the situation and can't believe that the crazy guy would actually shake hands with him. At the same time, Neri intervenes and asks Sakura to quickly shake hands with Sogi. Sakura decides to shake hands with Sogi and holds his hand. It's the first time he holds someone's hand for a reason other than fighting. When they hold each other's hand, Sogi and Sakura both feel uncomfortable, and without any clear reason, their hand strength increases. Then, they release each other's hands at once due to the pain they feel, and each of them thinks the other is stubborn and doesn't feel anything. After that, all the students attack Sakura, who is unaware, and they knock him to the ground. When Sakura asks them what they're doing, they hold him down, realizing how tough he was in the fight, and his moves were crazy. They keep talking about Sakura's moves and trying to imitate them. At that moment, Sakura is in another world, thinking that since he entered the country, strange things have been happening to him. He starts helping people, and people help him after living alone in silence. Then one of the students grabs Sakura by the neck, but when they talk to him, he doesn't respond to them. They tell him, "You look like you're upset with the jokes. Calm down before we start." But Sakura stands up from the ground once and tells them, "I can't die or lose before I achieve my goal," while the students play with Sakura, who is not used to such things. A second-year student tells them they have to leave the school. Sakura, who doesn't like the situation, explains to him that they're still in class. He asks, "Who are you to order us to leave or stay?" Then we see the whole class leaving the school, and Sakura gets annoyed, still shouting that they're still in class, and the second-year student scolds him and tells him to go to the schoolyard quickly, and it's better for them to get there quickly or they'll be punished. When they arrive at the schoolyard, a group of older students is waiting for them, including Hiragi, who is agitated and yells at them that they sat for 7 minutes, 48 seconds, and 26 milliseconds. He tells them that preschoolers move faster than them, even though they came down from the 4th floor. Anyway, all the students talk about how Hiragi counts time to the second. As for Sakura, he still thinks that Hiragi is the same person who saved him in his fight against the bullies. When Neri notices Sakura knowing Hiragi, he asks him about his relationship with him. Sakura tells him that he met him when he helped Kuto, and as soon as Hiragi hears her name, he runs to them at full speed, scaring both Sakura and Neri. When he reaches them, he grabs Sakura by the face and covers his mouth, behaving like a wild beast. Then he drags Sakura behind him and starts running away from the other students. When they get away, he lets go of Sakura's face and tells him, "You're crazy and you too, you've gone mad." But Sakura interrupts his speech, saying, "Stop talking nonsense," and Hiragi said, "Didn't I tell you not to tell anyone that Kuto was in danger?" Hiragi starts shouting at Sakura, and his face turns red. Sakura tells him, "Stop being disgusting and stay away from me." But Hiragi, who has completely lost his mind, tells him that he doesn't understand anything. On the other hand, all the students try to guess what's going on between Hiragi and Sakura and talk about it. Finally, when Hiragi gets tired of talking, he tells Sakura that he considers Kuto not to have been with them in the fight, and he won't talk about what happened, no matter what. Then he takes out his colitis medication and says that if he forgets to take it, he'll spit blood from his mouth because of his nervousness. He swallows his pills while walking and tells Hiragi, "I don't know what your goal is coming to this country, but you seem like you'll be a leader in the future." Back to Sakura, who doesn't understand anything from his speech, and Neri goes back to the rest of the students. Of course, Sakura escapes from them and doesn't answer any of their questions. When they ask him about Hiragi's personality, Sakura tells them he's a strange and nervous guy who swallows pills every 5 minutes. As soon as Neri hears this speech, he takes out his secret notebook and starts writing what Sakura said. So Sakura tells him to throw away the notebook into the nearest trash can. Neri, of course, gets angry at Sakura and realizes that Hiragi is one of the 4 presidents. Sakura doesn't understand what presidents are from men, and Neri explains to him that at the top of the school is President Omi, and under him are the 4 presidents or leaders, and each of them controls 3 classes. Neri's lesson is interrupted by Hiragi, who asks them to make teams, and each team should have 4 or 5 members, and each team should have a student from the 2nd or 3rd year. Their task is to follow him and obey his orders. Then Hiragi walks away, telling them not to be late. Sakura, who doesn't know what's going on, where they're going, or what to do, Hiragi knows they're going on a patrol in the town. And Sakura walks away, far from the patrol, feeling uncomfortable because he's in the same team as the crazy Sogi. Hiragi tells him, "Don't worry, Sakura. Both of you are recommended by the president himself." And Hiragi said, "I'll be watching you just like a shadow." Then Hiragi tells them they should have reconciled and solved this problem. But Sakura has a different opinion and knows they haven't reconciled and won't do it. And since Sogi was the one who approached and attacked him first, that's why he hit him in the face. So Hiragi tells them that in any case, they should stay away from each other and stop quarreling. And Su, when he sees Hiragi's behavior, he says that he acts like a kindergarten teacher. And Neri, of course, says that it's impossible for Hiragi to resemble a kindergarten teacher in any way. And Sakura says, the important thing now is that we're supposed to be on a tour in the town, but all we're doing is walking around, and we're supposed to be protecting the town. So it's best that we look for the people who are destroying the town before they attack it. So Hiragi tells Sakura that they're definitely protecting it, but not attacking the people. And he explains to Sakura that even just walking in the town is important. And just by wearing the clothes of a teacher from Pavarin, the bullies wouldn't dare to approach the town in their presence. Since all their battles are for protecting the town, it's not their mission to do anything outside of it. When Sakura hears this, he stays silent for a moment and then says, "Oh, what this boredom?" So Hiragi scolds him and said that it's clear that he is the one who is bored and not enjoying anything other than fighting. While Hiragi is talking to Sakura, he notices an old woman coming out of a shop, and the stairs shake and she is about to fall. So Hiragi tries to stop her and rushes to her as fast as he can, and he asks Sakura and the rest of the team to help him. Exactly 5 minutes later, we see Sakura and Neri standing cleaning the shop windows, and Sakura, dying of boredom, screams at the top of his voice. So Neri tells him that what they're doing is part of Pavarin's natural activities, and there's no need to scream. And when they finish, Hiragi informs the shop owner that they've completed the task. So the man thanks them and gives them fish-shaped pastries to eat while they walk on the road. And as they walk, Hiragi asks Sakura if he has anything else he enjoys besides fighting. And he doesn't wait for Sakura to answer. And he says, "I don't know what you're feeling, but we've all been in your shoes at some point. And also, that the town's residents need us, and that helping them is enjoyable in itself for everyone." Sakura eats the pie while he remembers the man's farewell to them. And with their long walk, they reach the borders of the town. When Sakura looks at the wall, he finds a drawing of a dog on it. So he starts making fun of its shape, and Neri tries to stop him, feeling scared. And he tells him not to say anything, because someone might come out of the tunnel at any moment. So Sakura tells him to do whatever he wants. And Neri, who's coming to give Sakura a history lesson, knows that these are the borders between Pavarin and another gang of bullies. And after the tunnel, it's forbidden for them to cause any trouble, because the laws and rules differ for each town, depending on the gang ruling it. And we know that the name of the gang ruling the other area is the Absolute Power Team. Sakura repeats the name of the gang and seems happy, as it's clear from the name that there are challenges and epic battles in that gang. While they're standing there, they hear noises from inside the tunnel, and one member of the third team is running away from a group of people. So Neri asks him to move quickly, and get out of the borders of the other area. But the people chasing him are about to catch him. And Hiragi notices from the attire of the people chasing him that they are from the Absolute Power Team. And at that moment, Hiragi is torn between two options: to save his friend and break the rules, or to stand still while his friend suffers. On the other side, the student from Poveren jumps to escape from the Absolute Power Team. But unfortunately, they catch him easily. But the surprise is that the members of the Absolute Power Team are kicked away from the student from Poveren. And Hiragi, Sogi, and Neri are shocked by what happened. And we see Sakura, who didn't even touch the guy from the other team, also cursing him and mocking him. Neri stands there worried and tense as they attack the Absolute Power Team within their borders. And Sakura and Sogi, who ignited the war, declare to everyone that they are ready to kill anyone in exchange for protecting their friend. So Neri tells them, "Damn it, the day I met you guys is the day you'll lead us to disaster." As for Sakura, he keeps shouting at Sogi, telling him to go play far away because he's the one who will deal with them, and he doesn't have anything in his mind. On the other side of the tunnel, we see two members of the Absolute Power Team. Clearly, they lack empathy, mocking their friend who was beaten by Sakura and Sogi. Sakura is surprised by their behavior because they're supposed to be on the same team and protect each other, which is the opposite of what's happening. However, someone approaches from afar, asking about the situation in their area. The two who were bullying their beaten friend stand frozen in fear. As soon as he passes by them, they quickly bow to him and greet him. The person reveals himself as Joe, the deputy leader of the Ultimate Power Team. Joe questions them about why Boferen's group intervened in their area. Half an hour later, Joe notices one of his followers beaten and lying on the ground. Sakura wonders if Joe is crazy and if he's too stupid. Fortunately, Hiragi intervenes before a problem occurs. He explains to Joe that his followers were just trying to help someone from Boferen's school, and there's no need to escalate the situation. Joe welcomes him but ignores his words. With a threatening look, he accuses them of assaulting his followers and implies they have a new enemy joining their ranks. Joe moves towards Sakura without saying a word, intending to confront him, but still mocking him. He knows that beating the weak like a thug won't make him stronger. Joe refuses to shake hands with Sakura and threatens to defeat him at the right time and place. Then he leaves, leaving them behind. Later, Neri approaches Sakura quickly, causing Sakura to be frightened. He accuses them of igniting the war between the schools. Sakura calms him down before he has a stroke. Neri, as usual, doesn't stop screaming. Hiragi assures them that Joe won't overlook what happened and will protect the boundaries of his area more than himself. Neri hears this, becomes depressed, and sulks from the other side. Hiragi tells them that what happened happened and apologizes for not acting first in that situation. He then goes to the beaten guy from the Ultimate Power Team and takes him away. They return to school and ask him to tell President Omi everything that happened. As they head to meet the president, it's clear that Hiragi is very tense. Sakura notices his tension and guesses that Hiragi really hates meeting the president, although it's clear that the president is a good person. When they reach the rooftop of the academy, they see a different world filled with plants everywhere. Sakura sees President Omi for the first time, expecting a strong and scary person, but he turns out to be kind, planting peppers and eggplants with a smile that resembles a child's. This surprises everyone, making them doubt if he's really the school president or someone else. Now, it's up to you to guess the reactions of the Ultimate Power Team and whether the war between the teams will erupt or end without a fight. This was the end of our summary, and do not forget to subscribe the channel so that you receive all new updates, and also put a like and a comment. And that's all. Peace.